Most of post-secondary has been about how do we keep people out? How do we limit access, not how do we expand access? And when you start talking about access, you also then have issues of, well, access versus quality.
For the first time, I think that I've been involved in higher education, there is a lot of attention on who is not being served by higher ed.
Momentum in physics is not a scalar quantity, it's a vector quantity, which means it has a direction. So momentum without direction is kind of a non sequitur.
And I do deal in policy, and I'm a data nerd, and I love that. But for me, if it doesn't have a face, then it doesn't seem as tangible. And I like the pragmatism of students. I like, their vision. I love their persistence, and I admire so many qualities in students. I want to find ways that the system can work better for them.
One of the things I notice is that the people who do best in life are people who do just what you did, who said, I need somebody to help me, and they take the initiative to pick someone that they trust.
Yeah, go ahead, choose a mentor, or they will choose one for us.
I see.
So I would incorporate fast traffic meter and better testing.
Having the students here and reminding us what's important, the struggles they have, the ways in which we can help with those challenges is really level setting for all of us. It's really critical.
You could hear the determination in each one of their voices, which was just amazing.
Every one of those stories, I could put a face to that story in my own community.
It's resilience. But the thing that we'll keep coming back to is the stories of the students.
So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ideas.
Hey, good job. There's kind of a college one where we're going to waive the fees for the college ones. There's a high school one where it's linked to completion or some sort of course. And then there's an employer one.
Or getting the cake, or we're looking for electronic exchange.
If I have your information, I can tell you what you're eligible for, roughly.
Who is you?
I'm the government.
Testing expired says
I think the Delta
So we've got the computer that they had challenges in terms of getting information from the high school. The high school had no information to share with them, and one of our students actually paid for his first year of college until he got the information. So part of the story from our other student was about her going to a program during her high school years that had a mandatory course where they got all of that information. And their FAFSA was filled out. She didn't have to worry about interfacing with the institution, not having to stand in line, doing any of those kinds of things. And here she was. She arrived at college ready to go.
Once they have purpose, if they can get help figuring that out, and then someone can help them translate that into a workable plan so they know what they're doing from term to term to term and why they're doing it. I think that makes a huge difference.
States essentially, the laboratories have changed, and we'll learn from each other. And so we'll learn from Texas about what they might be doing with certain initiatives.
Well, there are a lot of exciting things happening in Jacksonville, and certainly the CLIP initiative has helped us to look at ways and opportunities in which we can focus our efforts to have better outcomes.
We're a wacky system of 112 colleges, and everyone's using their own assessment tests for math, English, and ESL. And being kind of a loose confederation, we're not really able to mandate that everyone use the same test, but we can certainly economically incentivize everyone to use the same test.
However we can reach our students, we don't all have all the answers. So it's good to be with people who do like jobs and how they do it. So yeah.
And just very practical lessons learned.
That higher education in America will be rationalized. I don't think it will be done willingly. I think it will be driven by markets. I think there are revenue problems in the public sector on such a scale that we will respond to a series of crises in the funding of these institutions, and our responses, as always, will be to lurch and then learn and then lurch again.
We hope very much that in this room with each other, this can be a space where we talk about mistakes, where we talk about what we're learning, where we talk about what we're afraid won't work. And I want to just reiterate again what I said last night, which is I hope through all the conversations today in our public sessions and and privately, we lean into that space because we will serve ourselves best if we let ourselves be learners.
You know, there's a very big universe out there of potential students, and we very narrowly focus on a small universe of them, high school graduates at the top of their class. When you start looking beyond that, the probability of failure is much greater. And so I think the biggest risks I would like to take would be on people.
I don't know how I did it, but I stuck with it and I never took a semester off, and now I'm so glad and so thankful that I did. So absolutely, if the opportunity's there, take advantage of it and stick with it.